Seasonal variation has a lot of effects on fish farming, especially catfish. And as a fish farmer, you need to always know the effects of each season at a time. The reason I'm making this video is that I received a call this morning from one of our cherished fish farmers, and he asked me that he went to his fish farm this morning and he saw a lot of bubbles on the surface of the pond. What could that mean? I find out whether he uses aeration pumps or bubbles agitating form of aeration system, and the answer is no. He's not using any of such. So I told him that this is low oxygen. We are heading towards hot season, especially countries or West African countries. So, and this has started. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the 8 effects of hot season in catfish farming and how to manage or fix them. So please stay watching. And if you are new to the channel, my name is Abdulaziz Issa. All we do in this channel is to share fish farming tips based on our research and experience. Please, if you have not subscribed, consider subscribing to this channel and let's learn together. First and foremost, one of the main effects of hot season is reduced dissolved oxygen levels. As we all know, oxygen or dissolved oxygen in pond makes fish to breathe and to thrive. So during warmer period or hot period, the fish pond oxygen tends to be very low, making it difficult for catfish to breathe. And this fish may become stressed and display erratic swimming or gasping at the surface. The severe oxygen depletion can cause mass fish death, especially at night when oxygen drop further. So low oxygen level also slow down digestion and feed conversion efficiency, reducing growth rate. The second effect of hot season is increased ammonia and nitrite levels. High temperature speed up waste decomposition, leading to an increase in toxic ammonia and nitrate levels. Ammonia burns the fish gills, making breathing difficult and causing stress. Also, prolonged exposure to high ammonia weakens the immune system of the fish, and that is subjected to the risk of diseases. Nitrite poison affects blood oxygen levels, leading to condition known as brown blood diseases. The third most affected during hot season is higher metabolism and increased feed demand. Fish become more active in warm water, requiring more food for energy. And remember that overfeeding them also leads to excessive waste accumulation, worsening water quality. And also, poor water quality can stress fish and cause slow growth despite increased feeding. So, if you are to feed your fish, you need to be careful during this period because they show sign of high appetite, and if you're not also careful and overfeed them, it will lead to water low quality. Now the fourth effect of hot season is the stress and increase susceptible to diseases. Now, heat stress weakens catfish immune system, making them more vulnerable to infections. And then bacterial diseases like columnaris, also known as cotton wool disease, and also fungal infections are more common in warm conditions. So stressed fish tend to eat less, affecting their overall growth and survival rate. And then we also have external parasites such as flukes and lice thrive in warm water. And don't be confused. If you say they increase their feed demand, and we are saying they eat less. The reason is that at this time they are energetic and they have high appetite. However, metabolism is also low. So in as much as they just take it more, the metabolism rate is lower and it will not digest faster. So frequent feeding will also lead to low appetite because they have not digested the previous meal, and that will also affect them. The fifth effect of hot season is low water levels and increased evaporation. This time, high temperature causes rapid evaporation, reducing water levels in ponds, and the shallow water heats up faster, further reducing dissolved oxygen levels. Now, water loss can concentrate harmful substances like ammonia and nitrate, worsen water qualities. So make sure that when the water level drop, you always top it up. The sixth effect of hot season in catfish farming is algae blooms and oxygen crashes. The excessive heat promotes rapid algae growth, leading to algae blooms. At night, algae consume oxygen, causing dangerous oxygen crashes. The same algae species release toxins that can harm or kill fish. So decomposing algae can further pollute the water, increasing ammonia level. The seventh effect of hot season in catfish farming is the increased competition and aggression among fish. The high metabolism in warm water makes fish more aggressive, and that aggressive behavior leads to injuries, fin nipping, and increased stress. This leads to cannibalism and also injuries of fish, and that's prone them to infection and diseases. Now, the eighth and the last effects of hot season is poor growth and reduced feed conversion ratio. As I mentioned earlier, the feed conversion ratio reduces in this period, and for that matter, it reduces the growth rate of the fish. Once they are not able to convert the feed or the food into required nutrient, then their growth reduces. So fish under heat stress may experience reduced growth despite eating more feed. Like I said, they'll eat more, but metabolism is low. Then the high temperature can cause digestive inefficiencies, leading to poor feed conversion. This also increases energy used for respiration, reducing the energy available for growth. So now, having looked at the 8 effects of hot season in catfish farming, let's look at how to manage them. After all, if there is any challenge, there is definitely a solution to that. So let's see how we can solve this. First and foremost, we need to increase or provide aeration system to maintain dissolved oxygen level. So use aerators, paddle wheels or air pumps to improve oxygenation, and try to avoid overstocking to reduce oxygen competition. And make sure that you perform partial water changes with fresh oxygen-rich water. Feed the fish early morning or late evening, and try to avoid feeding your fish during hot period. When the sun is hot, avoid feeding your fish at that time. The second thing you have to do is you need to control the ammonia and nitrate level. And to do that, you need to reduce feeding rates during peak heat to minimize waste accumulation. Reducing feed rates, like I said, feed them in the morning and evening and avoid feeding them hot afternoon. That means that if you're feeding your fish twice a day, that is morning, afternoon, evening. At this time, you may skip the afternoon because at that time, the temperature is going to be higher. And also try to use biofilters or beneficial bacteria to break down the ammonia. Also, perform frequent water testing to remove excessive organic waste. and that means that you need to have a good test kit to always test the water to be sure that there's no excessive or harmful bacteria or ammonia in the pond. The third thing to do is to adjust feeding strategies. That is, feed your fish during cooler times of the day, morning and evening, and try to use high quality floating feed to minimize waste and improve digestion. If you feed your fish with feed that is difficult to digest, you are complicating the issues. So make sure that you give the high quality floating feed, then they can easily digest that. And try to observe when you are feeding your fish to make sure that you avoid overfeeding. And the best way to do that is to use the responsive feeding method, where you give the fish the feed small at a time and observe how they react to it. When you realize that they need more, you give them more. And you realize that they are okay, then you stop. In that case, you can avoid overfeeding. I have a complete video on how to feed your fish, or the best method to feed your fish. You can check that one out. The fourth thing to do is to minimize stress and prevent diseases by maintaining good water quality or reduce stress. And you need to make sure that you limit handling and transportation of fish during this time. Yes. And make sure that you keep ponds clean and free of organic debris. Also use natural immunity boosters like vitamin C in fish feed. And also you can use natural remedy like bitter leaves. I have a video on how to apply bitter leaves and the benefits. You can also check that one out. The fifth thing to do is to maintain water levels and reduce evaporation. Like I said, during this hot period, evaporation is high and water in the pond always reduces or dries up. So what you need to do is that you need to regularly top up pond with fresh water when you realize that the depth reduces. Also use pond liners to prevent seepage and maintain water levels. Make sure you create shade using trees or nets to reduce direct sun exposure. This is very important, especially during this hot season. I have a complete video on how to provide shade for your fish and there are benefits. You can also check that one out in this channel. That is why it is very important to subscribe to this channel, because you learn a lot and we all learn from each other. The sixth thing to do is to prevent algae blooms and oxygen crashes. And to do that, you need to avoid over fertilizing ponds to limit excessive algae growth. And what does that mean by fertilizing ponds? When you give the feed more to the fish and they are not able to eat everything, so the decomposed feed tend to fertilizer and provide nutrient for algae to grow. And when the algae also grow, it also competes with oxygen in the pond, therefore further reducing the oxygen level in the pond. So try to avoid overfeeding. Now also reduce fish aggression and competition by maintaining proper stocking density. Make sure you do not overstock your fish, because you overstock them during this period when they become aggressive and then they try to cannibalize. And make sure you also monitor fish for signs of aggression and injuries. When you notice that, then you can do what we call sorting, and also probably reduce the stocking density when you notice the aggression and injuries of fish. The eighth one to do is to improve growth and feed conversion ratio. Make sure you keep the water temperature within an optimal range through shading and water management, like I said earlier. And also use high protein feed to support efficient digestion. Ensure a consistent feeding routine based on fish activity levels. Now, having looked at all this is the best time to install the recirculating aquatic system in your farm. This will provide filtration system as well as aeration system in your farm. And the filtration system will reduce the insult particles like the leftover feed and then also the feces of the fish, making the water to always be clean. And then the aeration system will also add oxygen or be increasing the oxygen level in the pond. So if you're using this system efficiently, you might not experience the direct effect of this hot season during this period. So instead of struggling how to get the flotation system, that's why we are available. We can do that for you. And to make it more better, especially people at far distance, we have developed a course, comprehensive one, that will give you do it yourself, that DIY recycled aquatic system. When you enroll in that course, you will learn how to do it yourself, purchase the materials yourself, assemble it, and do everything, and it will be working perfectly for you. And this is the best way because it is the knowledge that you will gain that will help you in your farm and probably beyond, because you can even also do this for others farmers at a charge, and that's what we are doing. And the good news is that we are also giving great discount to our members or our cherished audience, 30% discount. So you can check that one out in the description. Enroll in the course, learn. If you have challenges, we are available. Contact. We will grow our fish together. We will make our monies together, and then we shall all succeed together. If you have not subscribed, please do so, and let's learn together. Thank you very much.